Hey there, fans of nostalgic TV. My name is Dave Sundstrom, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about music, movies, and mostly television from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. Today I'm taking a look back at the classic TV show Happy Days to explore the moment when the coolest character on the block, Arthur the Fonzarelli, seemed to lose a little bit of his edge. And no, we're not talking about the infamous jump the shark moment. If you ask me, we're going to have to go back even further to the early days of the show. So during the first couple of seasons of Happy Days, the Fonz was undoubtedly the epitome of cool. Leather jacket, slicked back hair, and that iconic "ay." He had it all. I distinctly remember talking about the Fonz with my friends way back then when I was in elementary school, and it was pretty much unanimous. Fonzie was the coolest person to have ever walked the face of the earth. But then, something interesting happened at the beginning of the third season that marked a subtle shift in his character. I didn't recognize it way back then, but I sure do now. Remember when Fonzie moved into the apartment above the Cunningham's garage? This marked a significant turning point for the character and the show. You see, as the Fonz settled into his new living arrangement, his interactions with the Cunningham family increased. This shift was by design, by the way. Fonzie was clearly the most popular character on the television show, and the producers needed to find a way to give Henry Winkler's character more screen time. However, by doing so, they brought out a more responsible, caring, and even vulnerable side of his character. He wasn't just the tough guy on his motorcycle anymore. He became part of the Cunningham extended family, forming genuine relationships with them. With his newfound proximity to the Cunninghams, Fonzie began to display moments of vulnerability that we rarely saw before. His mentor-like relationship with Richie, his interactions with Mrs. Cunningham, and his connection with Joni allowed us to see a more multi-dimensional character. Fonzie became a source of advice and support, not just a dispenser of coolness. Living above the Cunningham's garage humanized Fonzie in a way that hadn't been explored on the show before. The apartment allowed us to see a different side of the Fonz, a softer, less mysterious side in my opinion. This departure from his too cool for school attitude added depth to his persona. But at the same time, that loss of mystery took something away. It really did. Now, this transition didn't mean that Fonzie immediately became uncool. Like I said, I didn't notice it back then. Truly, the whole idea from the production side of the show was to showcase a different aspect of his personality. However, some fans might argue that this marked the beginning of a gradual shift that eventually led to some of the show's sillier moments, including the infamous Jump the Shark episode. In the end, Fonzie's evolution from just being a stereotypical 50s bad boy to a more relatable character, I believe, contributed to the show's enduring popularity. While his coolness may have taken a slight hit after moving into the Cunningham's apartment, his impact on pop culture remains unmatched. So there you have it, folks, the moment when we all began to see a very different side of the Fonz on Happy Days, long before he famously jumped the shark. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more nostalgic memories. And until next time, be like the Fonz and stay cool. Hey. The Friendly TV streaming service recently added MeTV to their channel lineup. And you know what? They didn't stop there. They've also got Heroes and Icons, better known as H&I. Right now, Friendly TV has 9 channels that are dedicated to playing classic TV shows and movies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you know what? There's more on the way. The really cool thing is that between all of these channels, it's pretty darn easy to find most of the TV shows that we all loved when we were growing up. And have I mentioned that you get all this for just $6.99 a month? Quite frankly, if MeTV had a streaming service of its own, I'd be willing to pay that price.